Fraternity, it's 10 a.m. We're here at Penn State. You guys look like you're having a good time so far. Already talking shit to the guys?
Yeah, we got a couple scumbag Ohio State fans here in the middle. Scumbags.
Front and center.
Scumbags.
Yeah, so we clearly expected it would be mostly Penn State people here because we are. By the way, y'all's frat houses are gorgeous here. They're awesome.
Like, look at this day.
I mean, it's beautiful. It's Big Ten weather. It's cold. It's awesome. We've got the Ohio State fans down here. There's few
scumbags.
Notice that Dave's already thrown the Ohio State helmet off the set. So, Dan, how are you feeling?
I feel great. It's great to be here. I know I was talking to my guy right here. I know it's a college football show, but I do have a heavy future on the Eagles. So, E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
I mean, everybody in this crowd's probably pretty happy. I mean, the World Series is going on, too.
Phillies
look pretty good.
Philly is, Pennsylvania and Philadelphia are the epicenter of sports right now. That's a fact. That's a fact, Dave.
It's a fact.
I'm not denying it. Huge win for the Phillies last night. Everything's going great for Philly people right now.
Brandon, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's cold weather. You know, it's getting us going.
Football weather.
What? It's
football weather.
That's fine. You guys are Big Ten guys. I'm a Deep South guy, so it's a little too cold for me.
But you can't deal with the heat either.
I have a heater right here.
No, I'm saying when it's hot,
I need it to be 68 degrees and mildly cloudy, yes.
I will say it's bullshit. As Dan's a Big Ten guy, I'm a Big Ten guy. These games should never be at noon.
Yeah.
Like, it kind of sucks. It's too early for everyone to tailgate. Everything should be 3:30 and beyond. We deal with it. But this is what Big Ten people have to do. You got to wake up at like 6, start tailgating. But it ain't right. Like, we should let the games go. 3:30, no earlier.
But what's the saying? Like, God gives its toughest battles to its strongest warriors. That's what we do in Big Ten.
Well, also, though, when you're in college, you're just partying all day anyway.
Correct. It's Halloween weekend.
You don't want to wake up at 8 o'clock in the morning and come party.
I think you could party all night.
Oh, we could.
Could never.
Our big games are in prime time, though.
You were sitting in that bus. Oh, it's so cold out. It's so cold out.
Oh, I was out here with my people.
Yeah, right.
These are my friends.
So this is our first show of the day. We're going to be in Ann Arbor later today. So I know that these people probably don't want to talk about Ann Arbor. We'll get to that.
No.
But
Wow.
Now, before everyone starts booing, we beat the piss out of you last week. We beat you by like 100. So let's all be friends now. But Michigan's the #1 team in the country. We can talk about it later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But we know that you guys both hate Ohio State.
Well, Ohio State's scumbags.
Well, we know that. We know that. Our very own scumbag, Big Ev, is somewhere in the crowd. Where
By the way, a quick story. There was an Ohio State person who came into the bus and couldn't figure out how to use the door.
That is
an Ohio State education.
That's not a lie.
That was our Barstool Viceroy.
Yeah, he literally couldn't get out of the bus. He's like, whoa, Ohio State's a good educational school. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Ev said it was a tough door, though. So, Ev, you're down there with Jeff DeLoe, who is a Penn State grad. So,
hey, listen, it was a tricky latch. We all get fooled by those sometimes.
How you guys doing?
Feels good. It feels good. You know, this year it's been lovey-dovey for me, too cute. It feels good to be back in enemy territory. Feels good to be hated, to wake up in the morning and come here and say, fuck Penn State. How's that sound? Fuck Penn State. It just feels right. It feels good. This college football season, we are feeling the cheesiest with Cheez-It to be a great snack. Cheez-It gives 100% real cheese, crunch, deliciousness, fuel your game day hunger with bold, cheesy, crunchy satisfaction. I know everyone hates me in here, but one thing Columbus State College can agree on, the people love Cheez-It crackers. Give the people Cheez-Its, Jeff. They need the Cheez-Its. I'm going on all over the place, finding the best fan section, Cheez-Its fan section, all of college football. They love the Cheez-Its.
Yeah,
everyone loves Cheez-Its.
Jeff's just pouring Cheez-Its on people. By the way, when I'm looking at the cameras down here, it looks so fall here. It's gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's just a perfect backdrop. So like I said, this is our first show of the day. It's bright and early, but I think that they're starting the day off pretty good. I think that we're getting the good vibes. So we'll, of course, talk about this game in a little bit, but let's talk about some other games that are going on. You guys are in good spirits because your bets haven't started to lose. So not that I want to put that vibe out there.
That's bad vibe. That's real bad juju to put out there, but that's fine.
I feel like usually when we're sitting here, it's you guys are already down bad.
Shout out Ev. You can read. they teach reading over there at Ohio State.
Columbus, maybe they teach it.
Very impressive. Reading 101.
No hiccups, no mistakes.
Very impressive.
Clean.
He can read.
That Ohio State education.
You did ask the viceroy that came in if he applied to Michigan, and he said no.
Right. If you apply to Ohio State, I'm not saying if you're in Ohio, but the viceroy was from Massachusetts. So the only reason to apply to Ohio State, not Michigan, is you can't get into Michigan, so you go to Ohio State. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's just a fact.
I like this guy. He's just giving you the finger every 2 seconds.
He's giving like a solid fuck you.
But it's not even. He's just he's slyly going like this every time Dave talks.
Yeah, it's going to be there the whole time. So we'll talk about this game in a little bit. Let's talk about some other games that are happening today for the High Noon Weekend Preview. If you guys haven't tried the new High Noons, the fall flavors are great, right, Dave?
Yeah, pear is a monster.
What's your number 1 flavor?
So it's passion fruit, pineapple, pear. Those are the top 3 High Noons.
You can drink them all the time. So
watermelon 4, which I have.
Yeah, we love High Noon. So we're going to start with a game that usually is a much bigger deal this weekend. It's the world's largest outdoor cocktail party. Florida versus number 1 Georgia. Georgia favored by 23.5. The total at 56.5. And Brandon, I'll start with you as the SEC guy.
Yep.
This is normally one of those rivalries that even if you don't have a side, you are looking forward to this game. Today feels different.
Yeah, it's an awesome scene down there in Jacksonville. It's an awesome game. But Kirby Smart, the defending national champions, he loves to beat Florida. He just ran off Dan Mullen. He loves to beat the shit, to embarrass the Florida Gators. He does it on the recruiting trail. Today he'll do it on the field. They're going to beat the absolute living piss out of the Florida Gators.
Dan?
Yeah, I mean, I can't disagree. I'm thinking about loading up on Georgia, first quarter, first half game. I'm also taking the over here. Anthony Richardson, last year, remember, he came in relief in this game, couldn't do absolutely anything. Georgia's going to absolutely whomp them. And there is a look-ahead spot going with Tennessee.
Right.
But Georgia, I think you're right. They're going to get off on getting off.
I don't think you ever look ahead of Florida.
Yeah.
Like, this is a circle game all the time.
And
Yes.
we've been there before. We did a show there a few years ago, and just that crowd, no matter who's bad, who's good, is always gets up for this game. But Georgia also has played some games close, like Missouri, played other games that are kind of like, are they that good? This is not a game where they let off the pedal. They are going to try to beat the shit out of them. Dave, are you on board with the rest of us? Or?
Well, I think Georgia wins, but the problem with this, it's 23.5. So, I mean, when you look in the world of a massacre, you could be up 30. Georgia's up 30, and Florida scores a late touchdown. They cover. So I like the points. I like Florida. But, both can be true. Georgia can kill them, and Florida can still cover. So I like the points, Florida.
You mentioned earlier you think Michigan's the number 1 team in the country. Right now, Georgia is. So you would be
Georgia's number 1. I was getting ahead of myself. Michigan's 2, Georgia's 1, in my book.
It happens. I'm going to take Georgia as well. I think that Kirby's going to want to beat the shit out of them. And this is a spot where, because not a lot of people are talking about it, I think coming out of it, we're going to be like, yeah, Georgia's that good. Let's go to the Big 12. Number 9, Oklahoma State. At number 22, Kansas State. Dan, I will start with you.
Yeah.
Kansas State favored by 2. The total at 56. This game feels a little weird because Kansas State is favored and Oklahoma State has been playing well. I know they've lost this season, but when you look at this game, what's the biggest thing you're paying attention to?
Well, Adrian Martinez might not play, so it might be Will Howard, who was okay last week. I think this is a game that Oklahoma State is just going to run out of gas. They've played, this is their 5th game in October. They went Texas, TCU, Texas Tech, Baylor. That's their last 4 games. Everything's been close. Everything's been tight. Also, if you look at it, they've gotten run on the last 2 weeks. And what does Kansas State want to do? They want to run it down your throat. So I'm going to take Kansas State at home here.
Dave?
Tough game. It's a coin flip for me. I'm gonna take. The pick and parlay has Oklahoma State in it, so I'll go with Oklahoma State just based on that. I don't want to root against myself, but it's a coin flip. I have no idea.
Brandon?
Yeah, so Kansas State would have won that game against TCU even if the backup didn't get hurt. Will Howard came in, was fine, and got hurt, and one of them's going to play. And I think Adrian Martinez is probably going to play. It's going to be a big win for Kansas State today.
I'm going to take Oklahoma State money line. I know that they dropped that game earlier in the season, but Spencer Sanders is playing really well. They've got a good offense, and I want to be different. I'm going to take Oklahoma State. I'm going to be different.
Go for it.
I'm going to be different because usually when we pick across the board, it doesn't go well. So we aren't going to talk about this game. We're going to give our picks later when we're in Ann Arbor. But Dave, I do want to ask you. Normally, again, when we're here for Ohio State, Penn State, but you look at Michigan State later today, it is a rivalry game, even though I know you guys always say it's little brother.
They are our little brother, but it is a rivalry game. It definitely is. I'm excited. Now, they got the best of us last year. I think we're 23-point favorites. I think we beat them by about 40 today.
Okay.
We're that much better. I mean, Penn State all saw it. Michigan's dominant.
So, yeah, we'll give our picks.
You've never beat Mel Tucker before.
Yeah, but they're terrible.
That's 1 year.
That's 2 years.
2?
They're terrible. Brandon, go live in your own world. Nobody asks you anything.
I'm just saying, you believe that Michigan's so much better.
I do want to say something.
You thought Michigan was better last year and they lost.
Yeah, but they dominated that game. They just clocked mankind at the end.
That's loser talk. What you just said is loser talk. No.
Loser talk.
Dave, I like Michigan. I like Michigan today, but that was loser talk. You saying you dominated a loss is loser talk. That's loser talk.
We did dominate that game.
I understand, but
I feel like my
I'm telling you that it's loser talk.
We can hear you.
Good.
We can hear you. Yes, everybody can hear you. Ev, how are you feeling right now? Because I know you're the enemy.
How's he feeling?
Well,
Fat.
Well.
That wasn't right.
That wasn't right.
Low blood.
The emphasis on the F there. So, Ev, you're in enemy territory all day today.
I got guys chirping in my ear over here.
I see that. You got the double middle fingers.
I love it.
This Philly scumbag. We have a Philly scumbag going down Ev's neck right now.
You can't wear red today if you're a Penn State fan. What are you doing, dude?
Phillies.
I know it's Phillies, but you gotta switch them.
Nah.
No, he maybe
Right.
like.
You can
good
wear
He has it over his shoulder.
Yeah, that one. That one's.
Oh, I do.
Yes.
That's a very pretty color. So.
Phillies in 4? No
Phillies in
chance.
4. Easy.
Yeah, easy.
Okay.
Now, there's just so many sports going on for Philly fans right now. They don't know how they want to dress. They're very conflicted. Speaking of dressing, we're all wearing Penn State colors today. We've got our Rowback on, so it is time for Rowback Dog of the Week. If you guys aren't wearing Rowback, you should. If you go to rowback.com right now, use code football. You get 20% off your first purchase. So we're going to do 2 dogs today. So we have to pick carefully.
Right.
I feel like mine's going to win the day because, Dan, I saw you tweeting about this too. I think our main account, Ripken the Tea Retriever at
Yes.
NC State,
Yes.
is one of the cutest things I've seen. And anytime I see a dog with a camera on his back, I love that. So the Virginia Tech game, NC State, he went viral, and
Yeah.
he's cute. So
Yes.
that's my Rowback Dog of the Week. Dave?
My dog of the week's pretty straightforward. I think Penn State can win this game today. I honestly do.
There you go.
They're massive underdogs. They always play Ohio State tough. Who has Ohio State beat? For some reason, Ohio State beats up on all these weak schools like Rutgers, and everyone's like, oh, Ohio State, Ohio State. And then they go play somebody like Michigan, and we jam it down their throat, and they can't stop us. Penn State's physical. I think this game goes to the wire. I love Penn State today. Love it.
These people love it too. That's the way to get the crowd engaged. By the way, it just makes me miss college so much. I see the guys wearing like short sleeves with solo cups in their hands. I'm like, that is
And
college.
while I am praising Penn State, I have to do it because I'm a grudge guy. Fuck Marie Harden, the communications
Yes.
lady. I remember when you trashed us and then refused to debate me. I hate her. That's all I'm going to say about her.
Yes, we went through that history.
And that's
on the
why
bus.
I don't think they really let us go anywhere. Thank you for Teak. We're not well liked by the administration at Penn
Yeah,
State.
by the way, you guys, like, I know it's great that we're here because we're happy to be at a frat house, but if you guys didn't have us, we wouldn't be able
No,
to come
Penn
here.
State's
So thank you.
administration is not our biggest fan.
They do not like us. Yeah, I love it. Fuck them, yes. All right, Dan, Rowback Dog of the Week?
My dog of the week, I'm staying in the Big Ten. Enough time has passed since the Oklahoma-Nebraska disaster. I'm back on Mickey Joseph. Mickey Joseph is going to get the job at Nebraska. He's the interim head coach right now. He's got the boys kind of playing well. The Big Ten West, as bad as it is, it's still the Big Ten. I think Nebraska today is a very live dog, and I think Mickey Joseph is going to get that job. I'm a
Okay.
Mickey Joseph guy.
I like that we had the guy in the front row. Everybody's commentating on all the picks, and they did not like that pick.
Well, it's not a pick. It wasn't a pick yet. It might be a pick.
Well, it's kind of a pick.
It's Mickey Joseph.
It was a
Yes.
pick, though.
No. I haven't done the pick yet. This is my dog of the week is Mickey Joseph getting the Nebraska
The way
job.
you said it was.
It's getting the
Sounded like
Nebraska
a pick.
job.
It
Not
sounded
a
like
pick
a pick.
yet.
It was very
Not a
pickish.
pick yet.
You know what? You can always tell too in like Jersey, everyone gambles here. You can kind of tell they're very.
Yes.
This whole section
Yes.
over
Yeah,
here is
they're like
it-
little
like
notes.
Yeah, you said Mickey Joseph, and all they thought is, what's the line for
Yeah.
Nebraska today?
Yeah, all right. Well,
Brandon?
it's not a pick yet.
So I'm going with a player. This is a guy that everybody gave up on last year when he was at Auburn, but now he's winning top 10 games. He's in the Heisman race. Bo Nix has shown that he is a dog this year.
This is the year.
This is the year.
This is the year. Bo Nix.
Bo Nix is actually Bo Nix now.
Yeah, dark horse.
Everything we've ever said about Bo Nix is now true at Oregon. He's a top 10 team. They've been great, and he's been doing it. He's been incredible. Bo Nix at Oregon, my dog of the week.
That's something that I think neither one of us thought you would ever say.
No, I didn't think I'd ever say it because he was garbage at Auburn. He was the whole
He
team was
was
garbage.
incredible last week against UCLA.
He was fantastic,
Yeah.
and he was making the best throws I've ever seen him make.
Yep.
Yeah, just needed to go to the Pac-12 to be able to do so. All right, let's go to Ev and Jeff D. Lowe. Who are y'all's dogs of the week?
So my dog of the week, I'm thinking of a guy who's got that dog
Ass
in
behind
him.
him.
I'm thinking of a guy who's going to win the Heisman Trophy this year. I'm thinking of a guy who's the best quarterback in the country. I'm thinking of Ohio State quarterback C.J. Stroud, who throws for maybe 350, 400 yards today, maybe 4 or 5 touchdowns. That's standard for him. Leads the country in touchdown passes. Going to win the Heisman in a few months. C.J. Stroud, that's my dog of the week.
What's the meme? This person didn't understand the assignment. Big Ev just picked his dog of the week is a 15.5-point favorite and also the odds-on favorite to win the Heisman.
I'm about to say,
True underdog.
That's that Ohio State education.
the Heisman favorite. By the way,
Got that dog in him.
I heard you mention it. The guy behind him kind of does look like Sass.
He looks like a little Sasquatch, yes.
He
looks
does.
exactly like
He
it.
does.
He is like Delco trash. Yeah, I love this guy. And that's my.
This guy's trying to say he's not the guy.
I actually love Delco.
He's been the guy that's shut my ear.
Unfortunately, I do.
Isn't Delco trash kind of like an endearing
No,
thing
Delco.
too?
Delco loves Delco.
Yes.
There's nothing people love. Like Delco has the commandments of being from Delco. It's a cool spot.
Yeah, so it's like a nice
relatively
thing to say.
speaking.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you can.
Is Delco an area, a town,
Yes.
or a county?
Come on, go back to
I'm
Mississippi.
asking. That was a
Go back to do your
That was a
homework.
question.
Do your homework.
Is it a county, a town?
Don't answer that. You're not even going to get
county.
answered.
It's
You
also
come to Pennsylvania,
I think
you
it's
don't know
Delaware
Delco.
County, right?
I answered the question.
Delaware County?
It's also a personality.
Yeah.
It is a
It's
personality.
a personality.
All right, I wanna ask about Delco again.
Delco's a personality. All right, Jeff, who's your dog of the week?
I'm riding with fake little Sasquatch. The fighting's tonight. Money line dog. Zach Wheeler on the mound. This guy's unreal.
Yeah, no, and they're
This guy's
not
on another
breaking,
fucking planet
they're
right
not-
now, by the way.
Which,
Oh my
Which I'm
God.
jealous of. They're not breaking character at all behind you, Ev. So I'm happy that they're not going to hurt you. But the middle
I love
fingers
it. I
they're
love it.
staring straight through you. All right, Brandon, it is time for your high noon trivia. You are the trivia guy here, right?
Yes, I am the trivia guy.
Not Jeff D'Lo. You are.
No.
I am the Trivia King. That is my show, The Dozen. Thank you, Jeff, for hosting it. But right now, we've got High Noon Trivia. High Noon has the tailgate packs. If you're drinking High Noon this weekend, make sure you get the tailgate pack. Make sure you get the pear, the cranberry, all of it. All right, I'm throwing it back to Ev and Jeff D'Lo. You have somebody in the crowd to answer this question.
No, my question is for you. I'm asking you the question tonight, sir.
Oh, let's go.
By the way, no pressure. You're sitting next to the #1 ranked team on the Dozen with
Yeah,
Big Cat, and then
thank you.
Dave's team, highest scoring team so far this season.
Yes.
No pressure.
No pressure.
No
Yeah,
pressure.
where's CD's a problem.
Just ask the fucking question,
Penn State question for you. Name the 2 Penn State quarterbacks with the most touchdowns thrown in the NFL in the last 20 years. 2 Penn State QBs with the most TDs thrown in the NFL last 20
I
years.
got one, I
It's
think.
not many.
I like how he looked at you, Dan, as if you were going to answer it for him.
So Gary Collins was still in the league in the last 20 years. So
Yeah, it's
Gary
gotta be
Collins is
him.
one. God.
Christian Hackenberg with like 2.
What's your?
We're going to go Hackenberg Collins.
Gary Collins is right, but it's not. It's the Scranton Slinger, Matt McGloin, baby.
Hell yeah.
My guy, McG.
Brandon, you had to see if we were bringing Jeff D'Lo.
I didn't know. They still made me write a question out.
Oh,
yeah.
poor Brandon. Did someone get Brandon a violin today? Too cold. He had to write an extra trivia question.
Drink your high noon. Drink your high noon. That'll help you feel
all right,
better.
fine.
All right, it is time for the proper picks presented by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. We met a lot of the Proper 12 people earlier. They are awesome, despite the fact they're all wearing green.
They were dressed like they were going to a Michigan State game, which kind of got me a little bit uneasy.
you were
I'm wearing
angry.
green right now.
Yeah, you're in rivalry day because you're like, who the hell are they?
Well, yeah,
Like,
it's little
relax,
brother.
Dave, relax.
You were happy to find out that they were actually the Proper Number 12 people,
Yeah, yeah.
not Michigan State people. So, Dan, I will hand it to you. You've got the bottle with you.
Yeah, so we got 2 locks today because we're doing 2 shows, and we have a special thing where people can double down. So if anyone wants to double down, they have to take 2 shots. Proper picks presented by Proper Number 12 Irish Whiskey. It's time to pour the roar. I am going to go. I'll start.
Are you
Just
gonna double
warm this
down?
up. I'm not going to double down.
So you'll have to double down in Ann Arbor.
I'll double
so,
down later.
And by the way, you can double down on both of these things. So Dave, you're leading right now. You're 7-1. You're
Yeah.
rolling.
Yeah.
So we can all double down and try to catch you.
Right.
But it doesn't look like that's going to happen because you're also going to double down at some point too.
Correct.
My first Proper Number 12 lock is going to be Nebraska plus 7.5. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
There's the pick. Okay.
I will take my shot. Brandon, would you like to double down?
I'm not double down.
All
I'm
right, well, you
doubling
still
down
gotta
tonight.
take a shot.
I'm doubling down tonight when we get to Ann Arbor.
Giving Brandon a shot is always something that
It
never
warms you
goes
up.
correctly.
It warms you
I
up.
understand.
It's good.
I understand. All right. Well,
This is whiskey weather.
It is whiskey weather.
Thank you to proper number 12.
I'm jealous I can't take it.
So I'm going to go down for my lock to the best conference in America, the SEC, and I'm going to take a noon game. It is Arkansas at Auburn. Arkansas minus 3.5. They are going to beat the shit out of Auburn. Auburn is ready to fire their coach, and they will have their excuse today. Arkansas minus 3.5.
I'm just going to say right now, I don't believe that he thinks that's going to happen. Because he's asked me about this game like 4 times.
I asked you about every game.
When you're like, what do you think about this game?
Yeah.
What do you think about this game?
He kind of convinced me. I do like his SEC knowledge. I may take that. I may add that.
Take the shot.
I'm going to take the
I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Dave, are you doubling
he
down?
shoots when he takes the shot.
Yeah, I'm doubling down.
All right. Report 2.
It warms you up, though. You do a little bit. It warms you up. So Dave is going to double down here.
Do 2 shots.
So
and you, like I mentioned, you are 7-1. Everybody else is very far behind.
I give the same speech every time. Like, this is fun, college, drink, all that. This is business when I give these picks. I'm 7-1 on the year, so I'm seeing the board super clearly. I love today's pick. West Virginia at home plus 7.5 against TCU. TCU's been on a roll. They've been very good. TCU's been very good, but they're due to have a hiccup. West Virginia night and day on the road at home. 2 different teams. I think West Virginia wins today, pulls the upset. I'm doubling down. These are monster shots. Too big, if we're being honest.
You got this.
But you got it. Yeah, it'll warm you up, Dave. By the way,
got this.
there
Dave,
you go.
let's go. Let's go.
Hey, however you get it down.
Yes.
It's a quadruple.
Oh.
There you go.
Proper number 12.
Proper number 12. I do.
That's all good, but just bet hammer West Virginia. I'm doing everyone a favor. It's free money.
You mentioned earlier that you think some of these people are big-time gamblers. There's one guy right there that was so mad at that pick. He was furious.
Mad at it?
Yeah, he was like,
I'm
no.
7-1.
Yeah,
you
you
like
don't-
TCU?
Oh, my.
You're an idiot.
Minus 14. I just looked out the
That's
crowd
a
and I
square.
saw him.
You're a square.
At this point, though.
I want to say, so there's a phone that I wanted to get your attention.
No, that's an
for.
insult phone.
Nadu over Rico, that's a fact.
We don't say that. We don't say that.
But, yeah, no, I've been looking at it. I'm like, do I bring it up? Do I not? I don't, we don't want to upset anybody today.
Well, that will upset him.
Yeah.
That will
just
upset
even the fact that
just
somebody
that
did
1
it.
second will upset
It said Nadu greater than Rico. That's
And
what
I had a guy out there who said that fading me, you equal Bezos. Look at that. That's an insult sign.
That's also insult.
Yeah,
But also,
that's
just
fine.
you being compared to Bezos is a good
Well,
thing.
no,
Well, the bad one.
Well, right, but I mean.
No, he created
No, I know. No, I know.
No comparison.
I know, but
Yeah.
it's
They're saying the opposite of
Yeah.
me becomes Bezos.
Correct.
maybe in your brain you'll fade yourself though. I'm going to go along with what you said about Bo Nix. I'm going to take Oregon minus 17 versus Cal. I know it's a very large spread. However, I think Cal is very bad. Their defense is giving up almost 440 yards a game, and Bo Nix is rolling. Oregon is in control right now of their own destiny, so I am going to take them minus 17. Ev, Jeff, I'm going to send it down to you guys.
All right, so mine this week, as much as I don't like this team, I think the line streams to take them. They've been road warriors. I'm taking Notre Dame on the road today at Syracuse. Syracuse, I've said they're frauds all year. I think this is the spot where they finally get tripped. I know they lost last week to Clemson. They covered. I think they get tripped up this week at home. Notre Dame for the double shot. Let's go.
There it is. So you are doubling down. And Jeff, you're going to pour another one
Guy's
for
talking
him.
shit about his shot taking.
I know. This guy behind him is just
That
awesome.
was a double on its own.
Yeah, I know. So it's like technically a quadruple. So, there you go, Jeff. That's a good friend.
Monster.
So thanks to proper number 12 Irish whiskey, which I'm jealous because it would warm everybody up today.
Yes.
So I hope you guys are enjoying your whiskey weather. Let's go to the Hooters top 10, which when we get to Ann Arbor later, we'll have some of the Hooters girls, but we can just carry the torch today. So we do our voting, our group top 10. So this week it is Ohio State, Tennessee, Georgia, Michigan, Clemson, TCU, Alabama, Oregon, USC, Penn State stuck into our top 10.
Penn State only has 1 loss, and
I
it's
put
arguably
Penn
the best team.
State,
How the fuck is Ohio State number 1?
Well,
Who did that?
I did not. I have them 3. Brandon did.
I did.
Casey did.
I also-
did. Big.
I think they're the best team in the country.
Why? Because they beat Arkansas State?
I don't care what they've done. Ohio State's the best team in the country. They got the best offense. They got the best.
What about
quarterback.
Tennessee?
Tennessee's been fine. I think
Georgia.
Ohio State's better.
Tennessee has a
I
better
think Ohio State's better.
Ohio State hasn't beaten anybody.
But they-
I'm not worried about that.
We beat Penn State by
I
100.
rank mine based on who I think the best team is, and I think that's the best team in the country.
I also have Ohio State at number 1 because they're beating everybody so badly. We don't even talk about their games
Who
every single week.
cares? If you beat nobody,
They have the best offense in the country. We'll see what happens today, but they do.
Big
They
F
do.
left out Michigan.
But I was going to tell you. So Michigan is number 4, but he did leave them out.
hey, fat boy, how'd you leave out Michigan?
Maybe just a mistake. I don't know. Might have just slipped my mind. I was thinking the best teams in the country that didn't come to mind. I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, with the math,
He couldn't
it didn't
spell
look,
Michigan.
That's probably it.
It didn't look so bad when you look at the math, but then he did just leave them out, which I assume this will be the same top 10 when we get to Ann Arbor. We'll see what he decides
Well,
to do.
Ohio State could lose today.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Absolutely.
We are going to
Yes.
talk about that game in a little bit, and trust me, you guys are going to want to hear it because I think you'll be surprised. These guys will probably be pissed, but you're going to be a little bit surprised. So every time we go on the road, we do another top 10 where we unveil something different every single week. Obviously, Penn State is known for one of the best atmospheres in the country. You guys have the whiteout. It's on everybody's bucket list. The whiteout is awesome, by the way. I have been to it. It's phenomenal. So we're going to rank our best stadium environments.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first. I know we have, I think Spider is coming up here. Normally we have the boards, but this is old school.
Spider.
So Spider, let's go Spider.
Spider.
Everybody cheer for the king. So I'm just going to go ahead and say this. I had a homer pick. If I don't put my school at number 1, that would be crazy. But I do have A&M
All right, you
at
got to
number
worry
1.
about your team smoking weed before South Carolina.
Hey, we're a cult. You know what? Hey,
I'm just saying, Casey. That's a problem.
I mean, she's got you number 3.
I'm the best in the Big Ten. Is that not good? I mean, come on.
nice.
I'm gonna put my school first. LSU's the best in the country, and then Penn State's the best in the Big Ten. What are you guys booing me? Pretty simple.
I can tell you've never been to a Notre Dame game.
Yeah, Notre Dame.
actually have
a
been.
joke.
There you have, then I don't know what you saw.
But it's been like
By
3
the way,
years.
I love Michigan, but Michigan's not a great home environment either.
I guess it's because I love the Big Ten because I've never really been into it until Barstool. But I don't know. I mean, I think Penn State is the best in the Big Ten. Wisconsin, I've always had fun. Notre Dame, it was just like the college pageantry, I guess. But at the end of the day, I mean, LSU's the best in the country. So I'm sorry.
Yes.
Sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
I think I'm going to surprise people with one.
Virginia
there you go.
Tech. Wow.
I got fucked.
Virginia State.
I'm
That's
well aware of the fact that
Virginia
there's no such place as Virginia State. Virginia Tech.
That's crazy. Dave, what's his problem?
I got fucked. Virginia Tech, Enter Sandman's the best thing going. I got PSU whiteout out there. The rest is pretty straightforward. I don't even, I'm being truthful. I don't have Michigan on there. But Virginia Tech, Enter Sandman at night is the best thing
Virginia
going.
State. Yeah, when he said people were going to be surprised, it's just that Virginia State exists.
Hey, Ev,
Just a
did you do this list? That seems like an Ohio State mistake.
I didn't do it.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what I put
Okay,
on
go
mine.
ahead, Spider, if you could do Dan's.
I feel like I did it 7 days ago. LSU,
Oh,
Florida,
boy.
Wisconsin, Penn State. All right, there it goes. That's actually better. Leave it down. It's fine.
How about the fact that
Why are you guys booing? You're on every list.
I love the
'Cause they're not
swamp.
number
Yeah,
one.
Penn State's number 4. I'm
Swamp's
obviously going to
overrated.
put Wisconsin ahead of Penn State.
Yeah.
Also, you guys did the whiteout for Minnesota. Minnesota's a joke. Why'd you do that? You should have saved it.
Okay, Brandon, Spider, you can just.
Brandon, did you at least
All
pander?
right, I got you. I'm going to save you right here. Here we go. I've got Penn State number 2 behind LSU. I've got number 2 behind LSU. It's a great environment, but you're not LSU. You're not SEC. That's fine. I got Virginia Tech right there. I went a little bit more specific. I did the jump around, won't back down. It's Tennessee's entrance running through the tee. I did like specific
What
things you can
at
have in a stadium.
Mississippi State is
Mississippi State
Oh, Mississippi
validates
State's
your entire
incredible.
thing.
Yeah.
Mississippi State's incredible. We got the cowbells. It's a beautiful stadium.
It's terrible.
You've never been there, and we
And I will probably never go.
No,
going next year.
I would
You said
prefer
that
not
last
to
year.
go.
I
I
was-
would prefer
We're
not
going
to go.
next year.
I would maybe rather go to like the Ukraine right now than Mississippi State.
Damn. I will say, Brandon, the cowbells they're not.
They're wonderful.
annoying.
They're a great
They're
tradition.
loud.
I have
You
Penn
can't
State number 2.
You can't make enough noise by yourself, and you need a cowbell. That's bullshit.
Also, you put A&M as a cult. People call Penn State a cult too, and
Well,
my
Penn
thing-
State is a cult.
My thing is like,
Had a little
yeah, but
history
like,
of some stuff.
well, we're not going to talk about that. However, if your fan base is called a cult, that means you care more than everybody.
Yeah, that's
No, it
not a
does
cult.
not.
You can have good cults and bad cults.
Yeah,
You're a
Penn
bad
State.
cult.
I'm a
Penn
A&M
State people are cool. Texas A&M grads are losers.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Why do I got to take that shot?
Well,
I will-
you asked what the difference is. That's the difference.
No, I'm saying that when people say it's a cult, everyone's like, oh, it's a cult. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, we care that much about our football
Right,
team.
but
Well, you have like the
And
yell
Penn State does
leaders
too.
and like just weirdo uniforms.
That is,
and,
okay,
like,
yell leaders are- okay, we don't
just-
talk about
you wear
that.
your rings.
If
You're weird.
Yeah, if you're at a bar and you see someone and they're like, I went to Penn State, it's like, all right, this would be a fun night. We'll have a
Correct.
good time.
That's
When
what
I
you would
see
say.
someone and they say Texas A&M, I'm like, how can I get out of this conversation?
Yes.
I was trying to connect with the Penn State people here, and you guys, I should have known what I
No,
was
we
walking
did. We
into.
connected with them by how weird you guys are, and they're normal.
I know that we are weird, so I will take that. I still think it's cool to be a cult sometimes, and I know Penn State fans will probably back me up as long as we're not talking about anything else. Let's talk about the game, shall we?
Yes.
Should we talk about the game?
Yes.
You guys want to talk about the game? So let's do why everybody is here. We're talking about Ohio State coming in this gorgeous, gorgeous Big Ten day, and I know we've said Ohio State, #1 team in the country, #2, #3, whatever. Ohio State favored right now by 14.5. The total at 61.5. Dave, I will start with you because the line is pretty big. Penn State did lose to Michigan. They're still 13th in the country.
Well, they got dominated by Michigan.
They did. However, you think that this spread might be a little too big, or where are we standing?
Yeah, well, Ohio State hasn't beaten anybody. And the last good team they played was Michigan, who pounded it down their throat and beat them like a drum, much like how we beat Penn State. I think these two teams are evenly matched. I don't think Ohio State's very good. They struggled with Notre Dame, who's horrible. So, yeah, they have a fancy offense that puts up points against nobody. Penn State's very good and always plays Ohio State tough, especially here. I think this goes to the wire. I think Penn State can win. I bet it. I believe it. And, it is what it is. A part of me wants Ohio State to stay undefeated so we can humiliate them in Columbus around Thanksgiving. But I think Penn State wins this game. Can win. It's a coin flip.
Nice.
Take the points. I honestly think they can win the game straight up.
All right, Dan?
Yeah, Ohio State has not, they've played one game outside of the state of Ohio. They have not scheduled anyone. They basically stay home cooking. CJ Stroud looking comfortable in the shoe. Today is a little bit different. When you come to Happy Valley, it's not going to be as easy as you think it is. I think Penn State is going to go out there and fucking cover this game.
I like
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, they are. They're going to cover this game.
Cover this game. That's all. Hey, good teams cover. That is a fact. All right, Brandon?
All right. First of all, you guys are both fucking crazy, okay?
Oh, boy.
For my pick in this game, we got to talk about the Big Ten. It's a two-team conference. It's Ohio State and Michigan this year, and that's the only teams that can win it.
But as of last week, you didn't even think Michigan was, good. So, I mean.
I really don't think Michigan's that good. I think Ohio State's the best team in the country. Michigan beat this team by 24 points. That is the number Ohio State has to get to in their mind as they get through this. Ohio State's going to beat them worse than Michigan did. Ohio State, Ohio State, Ohio State.
These three guys love you.
That's the three guys right there.
Keep in mind, he also basically guaranteed that Ohio State would beat Michigan by 30 last year,
I know.
and we
That was
dominated
last
them.
year. It's a different season.
Same team. We're getting underestimated again. You're dumb.
He has been giving Michigan a little bit more credit as of late
He
on the
just
podcast.
didn't. He just
but
said he didn't think they were good.
I don't think they're as good as Ohio State.
Okay, we'll see.
We'll see.
And one of the things that we've talked about too, Brandon, is that you think that because of how Michigan beat Penn State, Ohio
Right.
State's going to want to do the same thing.
Michigan laid the gauntlet down. They showed the template, and now Ohio State has to go up and match
Well,
it.
it's nice. I wish I could run a 4.140. I can't.
What's
It's
that got
nice
to do
to
with
wish you
anything?
could do things.
You're wrong, Brandon. Penn State is going to cover this game. Fuck yeah.
I'm also going to agree. I think Penn State covers this game. I think it's weird things happen. However, my thing is, we know James Franklin can't win these big ones. He's got to win one eventually,
He's 0-10
right?
in his last 10 against top 10 teams, and they're not close.
I don't think he has
They're
to.
not close.
No,
You don't think
You got to remember how bad Penn State was before he got there.
Definitely.
He's turned it around, and they're decent.
I feel like some Penn State fans don't like James Franklin. Some do. I can't tell. Yeah, they're all saying he sucks.
You
But
guys don't like
you
Franklin?
don't like James Franklin?
I don't think
Who do
it's,
you want?
There's that guy likes him.
I think it's also the contract, how long he has left, how
know
much
how that
money
goes.
they have to pay. That's part of it.
I think he does a good job. I don't know who Penn State thinks they get that's better than him.
Just the fact that he can't beat a top 10 team. However, I do think that this game stays closer than the points. I think Penn State does cover this game. I know Ohio State is, like I said, I think the best offense in the country, but these things get weird, especially early in the day. We know.
Why do we keep saying Ohio State's the best at this, the best at
offense?
that?
Who's a better offense
They're
in
dumb
Tennessee is way better offense.
They haven't played anybody.
Ohio State has the best quarterback, the best running back, the best receiver.
They haven't played anybody.
Tennessee's
They played
offense
Notre
is so
Dame
much
and they
better than
struggled.
Ohio State's.
They're not better than Ohio State.
I think Tennessee is statistically the best offense in the country.
No, they're right. They're one hand in
When
hand.
you look across the board, however, like I said, I think Penn State's going to cover the game, and that's what we're happy about here. We all want Penn State to
I think I'm the only one on the record. Penn State can win the game, not just cover. They can win
You
the
keep
game.
saying they can win the game.
Yes.
Will they win the game?
I said they can win the
Well,
game.
technically, they can't
10x
win.
that
No,
shit.
they're gonna take. Yeah.
Well,
No, they're gonna fucking
guy's
cover the
10x
game.
This guy's this guy's 10x too.
See this old man in the action?
He's 10x. 10x that shit.
Yeah, 10x, you're with me.
If you're making fun of 10x,
No, he's not.
That's
No,
the
he's
yak
not.
guy.
No.
I'm at 10x.
He was on 10x
We would
before
never.
you.
We would never.
There's a guy right here they're all putting up 10x. I don't know if it's the yak 10x
No,
or if it's
it's
your
10.
10x.
No, it's 10x. It's the same thing. One and the same.
Yeah.
After the dinner last night.
No, it's 10x,
It's not,
10x.
I'm going
it's
to
not
be a
the
monster.
same.
Go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to go down to the two rivaling guys down here. I don't know who wants to go first. Jeff Delow, Ev, what do you guys got?
You're the guest. You go first. You go first. You're the guest. You're the guest. You got this guy.
Jesus
you go
Christ.
first. Make the pick.
All right, fair enough. All right. What we got? Listen, I said as much as I've loved the trash Penn State, I've been doing it a little bit. Dave mentioned they have played us a lot of tough games recently. I will give them that. As a Northeast guy, I've visited a lot. I've been here. It's been a great time. They have a beautiful campus, beautiful people, champs. I mean, great college bar. Beaver Stadium, one of the best atmospheres in the country. The whiteout, everything. They have it all. But the team is still fucking butt cheeks. And Ohio State is going to ram it down their fucking throat. Like I said, C.J. Stroud, 4 or 5 touchdowns. This is a rout. No close game this year. Ohio State big. Everyone here can suck my dick. Ohio State big.
Okay, Jeff.
It might be because I have this psychopath behind me, and I love you, Ev. I love you. But to quote The Rock, shut up, bitch! Penn State money line! Penn State money line! We are! Thank you!
Is that a real part of it? Thank you, you're welcome.
Yeah, we're courteous. We're polite.
That almost makes me want to take Ohio State.
It's a good way to end it.
I thought it was.
Thank you, you're welcome. I didn't like that part of it.
Yeah, remember your whole thing about how cool they were? You're going to
Thank you, you're welcome.
That was weird.
But if they didn't add that part, it would go on forever, and it would just start dying down.
You need a.
Well, no, if he didn't say it again, it would end.
They probably.
I thought Jeff D was just being.
Hey, I've never
polite.
heard that part.
We have
Thank
to
you,
be
you're
polite
welcome.
here.
I kind of liked it.
All right, whatever. I'm still on Penn State.
It's a very polite thing to do. So we are going to get on a plane and go to Ann Arbor for Michigan State and Michigan. So we have another show today. But all these lovely people will be at the game, hopefully happy when they leave the game. You said they probably could be. Anything else you'd like to say to this beautiful crowd?
No, it's early. Thanks for coming out. Be loud and fuck Ohio State.
Yeah, and 10x if you're with me. 10x.
Hey,
Throw those
don't do-
10x is up.
Go ahead.
We're
go.
sarcastically doing
No,
the
we're not.
10X, so
No, we're not.
I'm really
No, we're
doing
not.
it.
No,
He's
we're not.
really doing the 10X. So we do want to say thank you again. And I said this last time we were here, and I know that you're probably going to say I say this about everybody, but I said it the last time we were here too. The girls at Penn State, I think, are the prettiest in the country.
You say that
No,
everywhere
I
you
don't.
go.
You said that last week at LSU.
No, I didn't. I said it was
We've seen
I
like
said-
2 girls, and it's like the winter. I don't believe you.
Look how pretty these girls are. I said the same thing, and it has something to do with wearing white. I swear to God, girls in
All
white.
right,
It's true.
hardball, relax.
Pandering.
See? Yeah, see?
Yeah. I
Stop
will say,
pandering.
I think the guys are fucking mutants. And that's how I like them. E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
I will say it's a great place to go to college.
It is
no
great.
doubt.
They have fun. Thanks, guys, for showing out. Thanks again to Deke. You guys are the best fraternity on campus at this point because you had us here today. You allowed us to be here. So have fun at the game. Be safe. And I believe Jet Ski is going to let you guys go out with some music. Jet Ski, hit the song. Thanks, guys.
Oh, yeah.
November 11th, we are bringing the Barstool Invitational to the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. That's right, the captain of Philly is bringing our first college basketball tournament. We're doing it all. Halftime show, announcing, tickets, you name it, all us. Game 1, 5 p.m. It is UAB versus Toledo. Game 2, Mississippi State versus Akron. We're doing it all. You want a unique basketball experience? Buy your tickets today. They're cheap. Time of your life. Bang! 5.